Hey guys, it's Sam Norris here, the property investors broker and owner of Grand Union Finance, here again with another property finance video. And this time it's a little bit different because today I'm going to be taking you through how you can work with your mortgage broker.
Property is about patience.
Hey guys, welcome back. Now, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel by clicking on the subscribe button below. And also make sure when you do so, click on the bell because then you'll be notified when new videos hit my channel. Also, if you do enjoy this video, make sure that you click the little thumbs up button because it massively helps me in terms of getting more and more people to view my videos. So I would be very appreciative if you could do that. But before the break, I was telling you that today I'm going to talk you through, as a broker, the process that we work with our clients, because I find myself going through this quite a lot with clients when I talk to them for the first time, usually at the moment on the phone, I'm shocked, I'm constantly surprised by actually how little people know about the process in terms of what us brokers do and what we do to actually help you with your mortgage or your bridging finance or your development finance. So obviously, first and foremost, we always kick off by having a conversation at the beginning. Sometimes that's face-to-face, sometimes that's over the phone, sometimes it's on a Zoom call at the moment. But the purpose of that call really is for us to really understand your situation. I also take time on those calls to understand what your plans are and what your hopes and dreams in the world of property are, and maybe not just property, but business as well. It's really important that I get a real understanding of what you want to do with your life and how property fits in with that, because a mortgage is just one transaction that will form a small part of your overall long-term strategy that could take 20 years or so to really come to fruition. And it's my job to understand where you are in that journey and where you want to end up. And that's the purpose of this initial kind of strategy call, as I call it. Now, off the back of that, if you have a property that you need help with a mortgage or bridging finance or something like that straight away, the next stage is that we need to get a lot of sort of background information on you. Financial advisors use a document called a fact find to do that. We like to call it a questionnaire because it sounds a little bit nicer. So the next stage is to fill out a questionnaire. Depending on what type of finance you're getting, we will have various different types of questionnaire that are very, very particularly focused on that type of finance, so that you're not filling stuff out that isn't relevant to you. And just so that you guys are aware, for brokers actually to be able to start speaking to lenders on your behalf, because of GDPR, we need your written consent. So most brokers will send out some sort of GDPR consent form. We call it our customer privacy notice, but that's something that you'll also need to get over to us so that we can kick things off. Now, the next stage is to research the market. Now, most brokers will have some kind of sort of search software that they can use to narrow down the lenders that are available based on criteria, loan to value and price, to formulate a shortlist. Now for us, we use actually a few different types of search software so that we can cross-reference them. We have criteria software, we have pricing software, and we amalgamate everything to create a shortlist. Now from that shortlist, it's a case of speaking to those lenders and looking through their online criteria, but mainly having conversations with people at those lenders that we can run the scenario through. This can be quite a lengthy task, especially if with certain types of finance where you really want to get through to a certain person that can really help you and are actually in a position to make a decision on these sorts of things. sometimes they can be quite difficult to get hold of, especially if they're very, very busy. So no matter how simple the transaction may look from the outset, we will always have had a conversation with somebody of relative authority within that lender who can tell us any pitfalls or let us know of anything in advance that could cause us some problems. Even if they are happy to accept the case, just give us an overview of actually, if there's anything that we need to just be aware of before we submit. Now, when we come back and make our recommendation to you, we'll then do that by way of what we call an illustration. Now, mortgages will have an illustration, bridging development, that will be on something called heads of terms. Effectively, it's all kind of the same thing, although the heads of terms are usually credit backed, which means that they're a little bit beyond just giving you an illustration of a mortgage, because somebody with authority has signed that off and come up with those that pricing. But if we look at it from the mortgage perspective, the next thing we'll do is provide you with that information via an illustration. Is we'll have the lender's details and all the facts and figures that you'll need concerning that particular mortgage or other types of property finance. It's over to you to have a little look through it, and usually we'll set up a call to go through that document with you to make you aware of all of the little bits and pieces in there that maybe you might miss, or maybe you just have some questions concerning some aspects to it. Now, if we assume that all is okay with that, the next stage will be getting a decision in principle. Now, at this stage, usually we ask for a couple of extra bits of documentation just to check things are all okay. But other than that, we'll do all the paperwork for you, we'll do the application, and we'll get the decision in principle done. It's at this stage that a lender will conduct a credit search. Now, depending on the lender, they will either do a soft search, in which case you'll be able to see it on your credit file, but other lenders and credit institutions will not, which obviously is a good thing. Some will do a hard search, which means that will be visible to anyone that can have a look at your credit file. But assuming this all goes okay as well, we'll be issued with an accept decision, which obviously is fantastic and what we're after. And then we'll prepare to submit the full application for you. Now, the full application will be, if it's an online lender, will be, in addition to the decision in principle, we convert that over and fill out more paperwork. But when we submit that, usually if there's fees to pay, maybe some lenders will have an application fee, some lenders will have a valuation fee, some lenders might even have a legal fee that needs paying. Usually those fees need to be paid in order for that application to be fully submitted. So that's something to be aware of. Now, at this stage as well, what we like to do is package the case. And what we mean by that is we're harking back to the conversation that we would have had with the lender previously, where they gave us information on everything that they're going to need. Most lenders will have a standard checklist of what they need: ID, proof of address, proof of income, maybe signed declarations and direct debit mandates, this kind of stuff. But if we've had a conversation with them, if there's something outside of the normal list, they can make us aware of that, and we can package those documents all together and make sure they're submitted at the same time as we submit the full application to the lender. Because what that does is it streamlines, if I can get my words out, the process. Because when the underwriter gets a fully packaged, nice, sweet, lovely looking case drop on their desk, guess what? They're going to love it, because probably it's the only one they're going to get that day, and it makes their life so much easier, which means they rubber stamp it nice and easy. Usually then that means that we can just go straight to getting a mortgage valuation instructed, organised, completed, and report back. So the underwriter, assuming everything's okay with the valuation, can then sign off and send it over to the offer team to issue our beautiful mortgage offer. And that is the process that a mortgage broker will follow, or should follow, in order to make your life as easy as possible. Now, at every single stage that I've just mentioned, the big thing for me is communication, making sure that we as brokers, or whoever it is that's dealing with that particular case within the company, is in regular communication with you to make sure that you are kept in the loop, and not just yourself, but your agent, your solicitor, the valuer, every single person that's party to this particular transaction needs to be kept in the know. And I kind of see mortgage brokers as sort of project managers really throughout this entire transaction. We sit in the middle, and it's our job to keep everyone informed. So I really hope that this video has given you a little bit of insight into what we as brokers do on a daily basis, particularly us at Grand Union Finance, because this is the type of process that we follow. I know, maybe not all brokers are exactly the same, but most brokers will probably follow a similar sort of process, but this is certainly what we do at Grand Union, and we think it works really well, and our clients are pretty happy with it. So I hope this video has been insightful for you. If you've got any questions or any insight or any feedback on anything that I've just said, please do drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your ideas, your thoughts, anything you've got in terms of feedback would be great. If you're not comfortable leaving it in the comments, do feel free to go over and follow me on Instagram at @SamNorris. There's a link to that in the notes below, by the way, and you can drop me a direct message. But on there as well, you will find tons of content all to do with property and property finance and business, which you might find interesting as well. But anyway, thank you ever so much for sticking around all the way to the end. If you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell, and of course give me a little thumbs up below. But have a great week, whatever you're doing, and I will catch you on the next video. See you later.